Welcome back to the Football Online podcast. In today's episode, we're going to be giving our predictions for the Week 2 schedule of the NFL. We have all the games. We're going to be giving our predictions, and we're going to be talking about it, breaking things down. So hopefully, you guys, stay tuned and enjoy the episode. Let's get right into it. So order is going to be Tejas, Hudson, me, and then we're going to snake for the second game and so on and so forth. So for the first game is the Thursday night prime time, which is actually tomorrow. Giants versus Washington football team. Tejas, who do you have?
This is going to be a close matchup, unlike what most people think. I expect it shouldn't be much of an offensive shootout, but more of a defensive game, especially since Fitzpatrick's out. I expect that Washington defense to give Daniel Jones some problems, especially I expect a few fumbles from Daniel Jones, in fact. And I'm going to pick Washington. They're at home, and I just think they need this game more than the Giants do. And I don't think the Giants have it as much as Washington. Washington feels like the better team to me, even though they have Taylor Heineke. And I still feel like Taylor Heineke can perform. Expect the big game from Antonio Gibson, though. I expect monster things from him. And I'm going to take Washington.
I'm going to go Washington too here. I think most people think Washington should win, as they should. It's going to be good. It should be a good game. Not the two best teams, but just that rivalry, obviously, in that NFC East division. So I'm going to go with the Washington football team here. I feel like they're just clearly the better team here. Led by Taylor Heineke, I have them winning.
I got Washington as well. I just think that, they're just going to be too much for them. The Giants offense was very bad against the Broncos. And I do think that their run defense was not great either. They allowed 165 rushing yards on 28 attempts to Melvin Gordon and the Broncos running back core. And I think Antonio Gibson, like Tatum said, is going to have a big game. Expect at least 15 rushing attempts, maybe even more, something along those lines. And I think he can really, really go off. He should be in line for about 20 carries. And even Taylor Heineke scrambling could be a possibility as well. So I definitely got Washington in this one. Next game we're going to be talking about is the Las Vegas Raiders versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. I have the Steelers in this one. I just think that, their defense has looked amazing in the first game, and I do think that they're going to be too much for the Raiders. The Raiders played really well, especially towards the end against the Ravens, but you have to kind of take into account that game was without the Ravens, Marcus Peters, and as well as their depleted running back core. So I think Najee Harris might have a big game, and I do think the Steelers defense is going to lock down this time. So I got the Steelers.
I also got the Steelers winning this game. I feel like they should be able to beat the Raiders. They did have a pretty good game, obviously, on Monday Night Football, but I feel like they just caught the Ravens off guard here. Steelers coming off of that major win versus the Bills should be able to carry that momentum over to this game in week 2. Raiders don't have a strong defense, and I think that the Steelers should be able to feast all over them all day. Like you said, I think Najee Harris should have a great game. Same with that 3-headed receiving monster with Juju, Chase Claypool, and Deontay Johnson in this game.
Yeah, I'm going to take Pittsburgh as well. The Raiders had a really good game, again, at home against Baltimore, but now they're going into Pittsburgh, a hostile environment. They're not coming out alive. I'm sorry. The Steelers are going to clamp up on Waller, and Derek Carr is going to have to throw to somebody else. And even still, TJ Watt's going to be in his face. I'm pretty sure they're going to put TJ Watts against the rookie Alex Leatherwood. And Leatherwood does not stand a chance against the NFL's highest paid defender at all. I'm going to take the Steelers, and I expect them to win by 10 plus points. And expect Carr to throw at least 50 plus times again, like he did last week.
Oh, sorry, I was muted. Next game is going to be the Cincinnati Bengals versus the Chicago Bears. Tejas, who do you have in this one?
I'm going to take Chicago. This is the bounce back game for Chicago. I expect David Montgomery to have a big day on the ground. And just to make things easy for Andy Dalton, Allen Robinson get him open on some simple routes. Give the ball to David Montgomery, let him be a workhorse against that Bengals defense. I expect nothing else. And since the Bears are at home in Soldier Field, opening game at home for Chicago. Yeah, I'm going to take Chicago here.
My bad, my stuff was glitching. Oh shoot, yeah, my bad. I'm also take the Bears here. I think that the Bengals, just like the Raiders, kind of I won't get lucky, but they had a nice game against the Vikings in week 1. But I think that the Bears should be able to beat the Bengals in this one. I feel like I don't know if we're going to see much of Justin Fields. I feel like he's going to fully come in at some point week 4 or 5, but it could be longer as the Bears, in this case, I have them starting out 2-0, beating the Bengals.
The Bears are 1-1. They'd be 1-1 if they won.
Yeah, they lost to the Rams.
Because remember, they lost.
Oh, yeah. That's right. My bad.
I got the Bears too, though. I got the Bears. The Bengals definitely have the edge in QB and offensive weapons and talent. I do think that their O-line is just not good, though. And I think that a lot of people are overreacting to the Bears losing to a Super Bowl contender. Like, the Rams are a very good team. So, and who did the Bengals beat?
Vikings.
We're still a good team, but I think the Rams are a lot better. But I think that the Bears got this one, especially at home. All right, next game is going to be Houston Texans versus Cleveland Browns. I have the Browns in this one. I think it's pretty simple. I don't even have to go into depth. The Texans surprised me last week by beating the Jaguars, but I highly doubt they're going to pull off the upset here. So, especially in Cleveland. So, give me the Browns.
Yeah, I'm also take the Browns easily here. I feel like the Texans, they had a great game, obviously, last week versus the Jaguars with Tyrod Taylor. But in this game, I have the Bills, actually. I have the Browns just destroying the Texans. I don't think the Texans really stand a chance. The Browns feel like Super Bowl contenders last week, and I think that they should carry that into this week.
Yeah, no disagreement from me either. I expect the Browns and mollywhopping on Houston. I expect Houston to get absolutely obliterated. Last week was a fluke because they were playing essentially a college team led by Urban Meyer. I think Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt could easily combine for 200 yards on the ground. Give me the Browns by 14 plus.
All right, next game, Los Angeles Rams versus Indianapolis Colts. Stages.
Yeah, this is going to be a much more tighter game than these people anticipate. But give me the Rams. They're Super Bowl contenders for a reason in my eyes. And as much as I love the Colts, they're going to have to start out 0-2. But expect this to be a close game, though. I expect Carson Wentz to have a better week than he did last week. I expect Naheem Hines and Jonathan Taylor to get going. But I also do expect Matthew Stafford to sling the ball for 300 yards and maybe 2 to 3 touchdowns. So, this should be a closer game considering the Rams are on the road. But still, give me the Rams still in this week 1 matchup.
Yeah, the Rams should be able to easily win this game. I feel like it's going to be very, very close, like you said. I would throw one out there. I really want to throw one out there saying that the Colts would win, but I just can't really do it. I'm taking the Rams in this one. Stafford looks so happy as he would ever be with Los Angeles last week. So I have them starting out the season 2-0.
Yep, no disagreement here. I got the Rams. Matthew Stafford will not lose to the Colts. So I got the Rams for sure on this one, and I just think they're just a more complete team. All right, next game is going to be actually the Buffalo Bills at Miami Dolphins. I'm gonna go with the Bills. Hudson. Josh Allen's record against Miami is absolutely incredible. As I'm looking at it here, he averages 258 passing yards and 67 rushing yards per game while totaling 20 touchdowns So yeah, I'm gonna go with the Bills. I just think that Josh Allen has Miami's number. The Bills are 5-1 against the Dolphins in the Josh Allen era. And I don't think, as good as the Dolphins defense played against the Patriots, I don't think they're close to the Steelers defense. So I think the Bills will do their thing. So especially I'm pretty sure it's in Buffalo. No, it's in Miami. So but even so, I'm gonna go with the Bills.
Hudson, I'll let you go first. Go ahead.
Yeah, bet. I'm gonna go with the Dolphins here. Maybe a bit of a surprise, but I feel like the Dolphins, it's definitely going to be a random sleeper pick for the week and upset. But Bills are coming off that loss. Dolphins are coming off that major win that nobody's for some reason expect them to get. And the Bills coming down to South Beach, definitely going to be a crazy, crazy season opener at Hard Rock. But I'm looking very, very forward to it, as I think that Tua should be able to lead the Dolphins to the win over the Bills. Start out the season 2-0.
Let me explain to you two things about this matchup. Xavier Howard for the Dolphins, he's a very good corner. Don't get me wrong. I think he might be top 5. But here's the thing about Xavier.
You think?
Howard. Yes, I think. I'm just not calculating that. He might be top 10, sure. He's confirmed top 10. But let me tell you something about Xavier Howard. Okay. The Dolphins defense is set up so that Xavier Howard plays on one side of the field and he doesn't shadow the other team's best receiver, which means if Stephon Diggs is on the right side of the field, Josh Allen is going to find him. And not only that, the Dolphins rushing, their run defense is not that good at all. Damian Harris, even though he had that fumble last week, still had 100 yards, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm pretty sure the entire Patriots offense had a good day, except for those fumbles and miscues. But I expect Josh Allen to play out of his mind. He's pissed off, and this is supposed to be his MVP year. He's going to come out guns a-blazing, expect at least 300 passing yards from Josh Allen, and a Bills win. I don't expect much out of the Dolphins this week. The Bills' defense was very good, actually, last week. They only allowed 13 points from the Steelers. 16 points from the Steelers. They basically stymied that offense for the first 3 quarters. So I expect them to do a good job this week. And I expect the Bills to win by at least. It'll be close, but I'll take the Bills by 3 points.
Oh, Lord.
All right, next game is going to be between the New Orleans Saints and the Carolina Panthers. So Tejas, kick it off.
Here's the thing, okay? If this was a matchup between two healthy teams and this was in New Orleans, I would pick New Orleans. I'd be straight up honest with you with that. Here's the problem, though. It's in Charlotte, and the Saints are ravaged with injuries. No Michael Thomas, no Marshall Lattimore, a bunch of people with COVID problems. Their kickers hurt. Another defensive lineman went down this week for the Saints. 8 coaches are down with COVID. As much as I hate to say it, this Saints team is they're not going to win this game. The Saints are not going to win this game, and the Panthers will come out on top because they have the better defense and they have the better offense. Quite frankly, Sam Darnold's going to have a monster day with no Marshawn Lattimore. Expect DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson to go crazy, and expect the best running back in the league, Christian McCaffrey, to have another 150 plus yard scrimmage day, because that's just who he is. Okay. I expect monster things from this Carolina offense, and I expect the Saints to just flout. I expect them to just collapse. That Panthers defense, such an underrated team, such an underrated core. Brian Burns was all over the place last week. Shaq Thompson, one of the better middle linebackers in the league, in my opinion. Jermaine Carter was all over the place. J.C. Horn, stud rookie. I expect the Panthers to come out on top. And yes, this is an upset pick for me, but don't be surprised to see if it happens, especially because this game is not in New Orleans and it's in Charlotte.
I'm going to take the Saints in this one. I think Winston played out of his mind last week, and who they played, the Packers. Yeah, the Packers, who have their they're a decent team, only got to the NFC Championship last year. Now, obviously, none of their guys played well at all, but I think that Winston carries that MVP momentum mentality out of week 1, brings it into week 2, and throws for, I'm gonna go with like 150 yards and maybe 2 touchdowns. I think Kamara has a much better game than he did last week, and Winston obviously cools down a little bit. Kamara takes over basically for that number 1 option or number 1 player on that team, unlike how Winston was last week. So I'll be excited to watch this game for sure. I think unless it's at 1:00, I won't be fully watching it, but I think the Panthers definitely have a chance with Darnold and their dynamic young defense. But in this one, I'm gonna go with the Saints to start out 2-0.
I got the Saints as well. This is going to be the Alvin Kamara game. So I have the Saints here. Okay, yeah. Next game is going to be between the New England Patriots and the New York Jets. I'm gonna go Patriots here. I just think that they're a lot better, and I just think that they're mad based off of what happened in Week 1. I think they let the game slip away from them. They could have won it at the end, but I really don't think the Jets stand a chance. Like, they played well against the Panthers, but I just think the Patriots will be too much. That's it.
Hudson, you want to go or you want me to go?
About which game?
Patriots and Jets.
Patriots and Jets.
Oh yeah, I thought you were still talking about Packers and Saints game. I have the Patriots here. I think it's pretty obvious. The Jets obviously lost last week. Nobody expects them to win too many games this season. Patriots are definitely playoff contenders. I don't think they're going to be able to make it this season, but I do have them beating the Jets here in week 2. I think it should be a blowout, and Mac Jones should have a crazy, crazy game.
Yeah, I don't expect anything from this trash heap of a team known as the New York Jets. Give me the Patriots, and give me the Patriots by 10 plus. Damian Harris is going to have a monster day after putting the ball on the ground last week. I expect a good game from him. I expect Mac Jones to do his normal stuff like he did last week. Just don't turn the ball over. And the Patriots will win with ease because the Jets are a dumpster fire. Zach Wilson has no O-line. He has no weapons except for Corey Davis. I expect nothing else from them. So, yeah, give me the Patriots by 10 plus.
Okay, next game. San Francisco 49ers versus Philadelphia Eagles.
This is a tough one for me, but you know what? I think I got to do it. Give me the upset this week. Give me the Eagles to beat the 49ers. Give me the Eagles to beat the 49ers. Let me say something. Okay? Jalen Hurts, I love Jalen Hurts. I think this Eagles offense is clicking.
Wait, hold up. I want to say one thing quickly. Yeah. Jalen Hurts went off last week, right? Against the Falcons defense, which is literally arguably the worst in the league.
Okay, let me explain. Jared Goff did what last week? Suas, you want to remind me?
3 touchdowns for 338 yards.
Exactly. That's all I gotta say. And the thing about the Niners is that if you negate Nick Bosa, you got a shot. And I feel like the Eagles are going to run a game plan centered around Miles Sanders running the football. They're going to center a game plan around an RPO, faking Bosa out, quick passes. Devonta Smith is going to get involved. And this Niners defense is not as good as you think. I expect a close game, but I'm going to take the upset this week. And it's risky, but I think I got a little confidence in this Eagle team. It would be very happy that I made this decision. So, yeah, give me the Eagles this week. Go ahead, Hudson.
In this game, I'm going to go with the opposite one. And I'm going to take the 49ers here. I think that Jimmy Garoppolo should have a nice – I would not be surprised here if we saw some Trey Lance come in for literally maybe a drive or even like a quarter something in this game. I think Shanahan's going to try to use him against this Eagles team because it's not a very great team. Although, I mean, based off of how the Eagles played last week, maybe not, but I would not be surprised if we saw a lot of Trey Lance this game. And I'm taking the 49ers here. I think their defense is pretty nice, going to be able to stop Jalen Hurts and kind of stop those people from talking about Hurts a ton, especially after last week's game versus the Falcons. But maybe Hurts pops off. Maybe he pops off and proves me wrong once again. But I'm gonna go with the 49ers here.
What's wrong with
Before
Hurts?
you go, Suhas, I just want to say something. You know what they say about the NFL, right? This isn't like the NBA. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. And at home, too, that Eagles crowd at the Link, yeah, you might want to think about that again.
But Hudson, what's wrong with Hurts? You were like, I don't want to see people talking about him.
Huh?
What's wrong with
Hurts?
Yeah.
Nothing. it's just that he no, it's that people are overreacting to his game after he popped off against the worst defense in the NFL. Which I mean, there's nothing really wrong with him doing anything, but I just want just in case, if he doesn't do good, I don't want people saying he's a bust or anything. You know what
I mean? Well, the 49ers played against a pretty terrible defense too. But before I give my prediction on this, what is the status of Brandon Ayuk? Is he playing?
I'm not sure. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, I think he's out. I think he was limited today,
I think he was limited today. All I know is that
let me check that right now.
All I know is that Mostert's out for the season, or most.
He's not injured. They're just.
He looks a full hamstring. Huh. I don't see anything about Ayuk right now. He didn't even have a target. He was a full practice today. Full participant.
Okay, assuming he plays, I'm gonna go with the 49ers because I just think that they're they have too much. I really think even without fucking Raheem Mostert, I still think that the receiver Deebo Samuel is a stud. He's really, really good. And he completely destroyed us. Nick Bosa got quieted by Penei Sewell. I don't think that'll happen against anyone on the Eagles. Kittle, he didn't have a monster game, but he's due. And I just think that they have too much. They still have on their defense Fred Warner, Jason Barrett. I'm gonna go with the 49ers here, assuming that Brandon Ayuk plays.
Yeah, go ahead. Next game, my bad.
Okay, yeah. Next game is going to be the Denver Broncos against the Jacksonville Jaguars. I have Denver in this one. I have Denver. I just think that Jacksonville is terrible, and Denver played really well against the Giants last week, and I just think that they'll continue what they did. Nothing much more for me to say here.
Yeah, I'm also go with the Broncos here. I think that they could actually start out the season 2-0. But I feel like they have a fairly easy schedule also to start out the season. But I'm gonna go with them here in this game. I think that they should be able to beat the Jaguars, especially after their terrible game last week. And Bridgewater should be able to lead this team to another victory. I know Tejas is going to be hype when the Broncos win the Super Bowl with Teddy Bridgewater, but I think that I feel like they're going to go 2-0, and then I don't even know who they play next week. But they should be a loss, should be a losing streak coming in sometime soon.
Okay, here's the thing. I hate Teddy Bridgewater, but they're going to win this game. The Jaguars are dog water, and I've been hearing a lot of rumors saying that Urban Meyer is kind of out the door because he's having problems coaching this team. Again, maybe it's because this isn't college, Urban. This is the pros. And I think it's going to be a defensive game, in my opinion. But give me the Broncos to win by maybe 7+. But I think who do the Broncos play next week?
Let me check that for you real quick. The Broncos play the Jets.
Are you kidding me?
The
Broncos are really about to start out 3-0.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Who do they play week 4?
Ravens. And then Steelers.
They're gonna get smacked back to back.
Ravens, okay. Steelers, Raiders, Browns, Washington, Dallas.
Oh,
Ravens,
six losses in a row, right there.
And then
Right there.
Eagles,
Ravens,
Chargers,
seven,
Chiefs,
Hold on, you
8,
said the Raiders.
9,
Lions. We might fuck
10,
around and no, we won't beat them. Bengals, Raiders, Chargers,
11,
Chiefs.
12, 13. 3-13. Calling it right here. The Broncos are that bad. Okay.
3 and 14.
They're a good
They're just
team.
getting
The
lucky because they're
Broncos are
playing
a good
easy
team.
teams.
3 and 14. 3 and 14.
3-14. There you go. They're
forgot
playing
about
some
they
easy
play the
ass
Chiefs
teams
twice.
right now. But when they play the bigger teams, they're gonna get smacked. But I expect them to win.
They play the
against
Chiefs twice, bro.
Yeah, I expect them to lose against this trash heap, known as Jacksonville.
All right, yeah, okay. Next game, take this. Minnesota versus Arizona.
This is actually one of the more premier games of the week, and I know what I've said about Arizona before, but I'm going to take Arizona this week. Minnesota's defense is not good, in my opinion. I expect DeAndre Hopkins to have a monster game. I expect Kyler to continue on his MVP run, and the Cardinals should start out 2-0. And the Vikings, like last year, will start out 0-2. Unbelievable. This Vikings team should be 1-1. Should be 1-0 right now. But they're going into another downhill spiral. I'm going to check what they play next week. So I want to see. The Vikings are an interesting team to me because let's see here.
The Vikings play the Seahawks next week.
Seahawks. So yeah, okay. Here's the thing. They might start off 0-4, bro. Like, I'm not even kidding. Look at this. Cardinals. I think it's now. The Cardinals are at home too. Seahawks.
Yeah, they'll start off 0-4.
Seahawks. Browns. Yeah, you might start out 0-4. And for heck's sake, they might be 1-6 within mid-season, 1-7, 1-8, 1-9, 1-10. Oh my God. They have some very tough games.
Yeah, no, they have the third hardest schedule in the NFL.
Look at this. Panthers,
That's why I didn't put them
Ravens,
that high on my power ranking because
Chargers, Packers, Niners, Steelers, Ravens, Rams. Yeah, the Vikings are in trouble. They should have won this game against the Bengals, and now they set themselves up for failure.
That was exactly why I was saying. I think in the recap, I was like, "This is like that was an important game for the Vikings."
Oh yeah, they had to win that. They
wanted to go out and make the playoffs, and they had to win that. Like now, I'm looking stupid having the Vikings.
Especially looking at their next 3 games, like they had to win that first.
Yeah, they're in trouble, bro.
Because even if they starting off 0-4 is just a killer. Like,
yeah, that's going to be a killer, and I expect some.
They might not even make the playoffs.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. They still, even after those 4 games, they still have some even more tougher games. You still got to go play Aaron Rodgers twice. And you got to play the Steelers, the Ravens, the Chargers. They got some tough teams.
The Rams, and Matthew Stafford knows the Vikings.
I didn't even mention the Rams, bro. They might be done for. They might be done for. We'll see. We'll see though. But
you went with Cardinals?
Yeah, I'm rolling with the Cardinals this weekend. The Cards, I feel like if they can get off to a good start, they should take control of this game. And as I mentioned before, this Vikings team set themselves up for failure. But go ahead, Hudson.
Yeah, I'm actually also taking the Cardinals here. I think that you guys kind of slept on the Cardinals last week, and you guys have to admit that against the Titans. Ooh. I took the Cardinals. You guys both took the Titans. The Cardinals ended up blowing them out.
Titans were favored, bro. We didn't sleep on shit.
Yeah.
Huh?
The Titans were literally favored. So how did we sleep on the Cardinals?
Well, I'm saying
technically we did, but
yeah, because the Cardinals ended up winning.
No, but yeah, but I predicted it to be close.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm also going with the Cardinals. I guess it's not too much of an upset this week, but this Vikings team obviously coming off the loss. I feel like it could go 2 ways where that losing momentum ish comes into this game, or they come into this game angry. And either way, whatever it is, I think the Cardinals are going to be ready for it. That great defense led by obviously. Dude, I always forget his name. Chandler Jones, who had a crazy game last week.
Possible decoy, bro.
Yeah.
Dude, already has 5 sacks, bro.
That in the first week, that's crazy.
I gotta end up with 20.
Yeah, he's on pace to average,
bro. A sack a game is all he needs. He can end up with 21.
80 sacks.
Yeah.
I got Cardinals too. I mean, I'm a big Kyler Murray fan. He's probably my favorite QB outside of Stafford in the NFL. And I just think that they're just gonna destroy the Vikings. Next game. I mean, do we have?
Wait, hold on. You said Kyler Murray's your favorite quarterback?
Outside of Matthew Stafford, probably.
Didn't you say what's his name? Josh Allen?
Oh, I forgot about Josh Allen. Yeah, he's third. He's third.
Okay.
He's third. Oh yeah. Do we even have to talk about this next game, bro? Falcons at Bucks. Like,
I mean, okay, I do want to say one thing. The NFC South seems like it's going to be super competitive, and the Falcons are going to be sitting at the bottom of the division. They might win maybe 2 to 3 games max. I expect.
They're projected
I will
at 5.
say even though it's a division game, it might be a little close just because it's a division game. I will say.
Yeah, because the Bucks are going to be playing their second stringers. That's why.
Yeah, the Bucks aren't going to be trying. They're gonna because again, it's a division game. And the Falcons somehow always play the Bucks so close. I don't know why. For some odd reason, they always do, even when they suck. Last year, both times they played them super close.
You know how Tom Brady does against the Falcons. Though.
Yes, we know. But I'm still taking the Buccaneers. I think all of us should take the Buccaneers.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm taking Buccaneers.
Unless Hudson's taking the Falcons.
Apparently, Falcons are projected at 5 wins.
Yeah, I don't think they'll get even near that. Hudson, you're taking the Bucks, right?
I am taking the Bucks. I'm not trying to lose anything here.
All right, cool. So we can move on to the next game. All right, Tatus, Dallas versus Los Angeles Chargers.
Another.
Wait, did someone from the Cowboys get injured today?
Yes, DeMarcus
Lawrence is out for a while.
I want to say this. I think the Panthers are getting some lucky ass breaks right now because New Orleans was on their schedule week 2, and it just so happened that Michael Thomas and Lattimore and like a bunch of people got COVID and hurt for New Orleans. And then Dallas has a bunch of injuries too. DeMarcus Lawrence goes down. Their defense is trash. The Panthers just might have an easy schedule. And the Vikings are playing like dog water. Like I think the Panthers have a lucky break. I'm just saying. But anyways, to the game between the Cowboys and the Chargers. This is one of your closer games of the week. I think that I'm going to go with the Chargers, though. I feel like this Cowboys defense, especially with the loss of Lawrence, is going to struggle. I expect Keenan Allen and Mike Williams to have monster games and Herbert to just launch the ball, man. I mean, there's no excuse why he shouldn't launch the ball. In fact, I expect him to throw for at least 300 plus and maybe a few touchdowns. And in fact, you know what? I'm going to even throw it out there. He's going to be the QB1 of this week, I feel. He's going to throw for 300 plus and a few touchdowns. He's going to be QB1 this week in the entire league, I feel. I don't think any QB is going to be outperforming him because this is one of the worst defenses I've seen from Dallas. Yeah, they forced turnovers against Tampa. They're not forcing anything this week, especially without their best pass rusher on the field. So, yeah, give me the Chargers. I expect Dak to keep up, though, but this Charger offense might put up 40 this week. So, go ahead, Anthony.
Yep, I'm agreeing with you here. Also, I think that this Chargers team should win this game. If they don't, that'll kind of be embarrassing. But I mean, actually, it's a close game. I have the Chargers winning, but I would not be surprised if the Cowboys made this a game, and if they won, honestly, in general. But like I said, like many times, any games that the Cowboys are going to win this season, they will have to put up at least 35 points, especially against this highly offensive skilled Chargers team like this one with Herbert, Allen, Mike Williams, Eckler. I think that they will have to put up at least 35, 40 points if they want to win this game, especially. So it should be a shootout between Herbert and Prescott all day, especially if the Cowboys are going out there and trying to win it. But in this one, I'm taking the Chargers because they should just be able to score all over the Cowboys defense all afternoon.
I got the Chargers as well. Not only is DeMarcus Lawrence out, but I'm pretty sure Michael Gallup is out as well. So, that's one of their best receivers. And the Chargers really beat Washington without, using Austin Eckler that much.
Yeah.
Like, and he's due for a game. So, and I think, against his depleted defense, he might have a big game here. So I got the Chargers. All right, next game though. This is tough. Titans versus Seahawks. Titans at Seahawks. I got the Seahawks just because the Titans defense is atrocious after seeing them in week 1. Yeah, Hudson, I took the Bears over Cincinnati. And I did take Washington. But yeah, I think that the Seahawks will win this game. Chris Carson had a pretty underrated week 1. I thought he played pretty well. And Tyler Lockett, he might be inconsistent, but if he doesn't show up, then DK will. So I got the Seahawks here.
I also have the Seahawks in this one. I think that their offense should be able to feast all day over that Titans defense. And that's the exact reason why this is literally the exact same thing I said in that week 1 prediction video with the Titans versus Cardinals. The Titans have no defense at all. So the Seahawks, Russell Wilson especially, and Tyler Lockett, DK Metcalf, and Chris Carson all coming off of those weeks, it should be oh my gosh, it's going to be an insane blowout, and everybody's going to start panicking with the Titans. Like, what's going on? They've one of the best offenses in the league. Like, what's going on with them? Their defense, that's the main problem, as I'm taking the Seahawks big time here.
I don't think it'll be a blowout, but I'm still going to take Seattle. Man, I thought this Titans team was better. But they just cannot keep up with the best offenses. Expect Russell Wilson to have another early season performance and another route to a possible MVP trail. He's going to look really good this week. I expect DK and Tyler Lockett to have big games. If you wanted to play a DFS stack with these three, this would be the way to go. Or you could go with the Charger stock like I'm going to, but this Seattle team should put some points on the board without any question. So yeah, give me Seattle, and Tennessee might keep up. I think they're going to keep up, but I just don't think they'll be able to come up within Seattle's grasp. And I expect Henry to have a bounce back week, though. I do expect that, but yeah, give me Seattle.
All right, Chiefs at Ravens.
Sunday night game. This deserved to be on Sunday night. It's honestly closer than you think, but
I don't think so.
Okay, you're gonna say that, but here's the thing: the Chiefs don't have a defense either. Okay,
I know I've been like shitting on the Chiefs like throughout this podcast because I think their O-line is ass, but yeah, you said
you're right. You're right.
I just think the Ravens defense was so bad last week.
It was bad, yes, but
playing?
they only gave up.
Oh, is he playing?
Who?
Tyrann Mathieu.
Yes, Matthew's back.
Yeah, he's
okay,
playing. He's
yeah.
playing.
Yeah.
Frank Clark is back too.
I'm going to take the Chiefs. Here's my issue with Baltimore, and it's the same issue that I had with Minnesota. You had to win week 1 and you couldn't. You had to win week 1 and you couldn't. And that's the reason why you guys the Ravens are falling to 0-2. And if I'm not mistaken, who do they play week 3?
No, they play the Lions. They'll smoke our ass.
Yeah, they'll win that game. But here's the problem. If I'm not mistaken, they have some tough matchups.
Yeah, after that, they play Broncos, Colts, Chargers, Bengals, Vikings, Dolphins.
Yeah, they
Bears,
have
Browns, Steelers, Packers, Rams, Steelers.
They have a slew of games.
Yeah, it's this slew, bro. They played the Browns, Steelers, Packers, Rams, Steelers.
Yeah, that's going to be tough. And especially since that slew of Browns, Steelers, Packers.
Browns twice, Steelers twice.
Bengals is tough
too.
Bengals is tough too. That's a division matchup in Cincinnati and Rams. Like, you needed week 1. That was going to set you up. And it just didn't. So, but even still, I expect Patrick Mahomes to have his monster game. And I expect it to be sort of what that Monday night Chiefs Ravens game was last week. Expect Tyreek Hill to have a huge game and give me the Chiefs. It'll be a good Sunday night game. I hope Lamar Jackson comes back and plays well. But Chiefs are going to win, in my opinion. They just have too much of an offense. And I just don't think the Ravens can stop them.
I'm gonna go with the Chiefs here too. This is gonna also, I'm gonna say just like with the Titans, the Ravens are gonna lose this game in the end, at least in my prediction, probably most of ours. What's going on with the Ravens? They're 0-2, obviously, after that. They have 2 primetime games in a row. First one, obviously, Monday night against the Raiders, which they lost in a thriller. And then this one should be a thriller also, but I don't even see how it's going to be as good as that one. But obviously, with a much tougher team with the Chiefs, which I think that they should lose also. So it's going to be weird to see the Ravens starting out 0-2 and then fighting for a playoff spot. I think they do have a fairly easy schedule. They do a lot of the years, honestly, but I'm taking the Chiefs in this one. Like we said, Tyrann Mathieu and Frank Clark are playing this week, which is just going to add some more dynamic stuff onto that Chiefs defense after narrowly beating the Browns in a week 1. So I'm going to go with the Chiefs here as Lamar Jackson. He should have a great game, but obviously those injuries with the Ravens, it's going to be tough for them to conquer this AFC favorite, honestly, going into the season.
Yeah, I don't think the Ravens have a bad team. I just think they've been played with a lot of injuries, which doesn't help. You guys remember how what Patrick Mahomes was doing in the Super Bowl, just running for his life? Lamar Jackson will be doing the same thing. He was basically doing a lot of that against the Raiders, and it'll be amplified against the Chiefs. So yeah, I just don't really see how he gets out of this one. I like Lamar, but I just don't think he has the help necessary around him. I have the Chiefs in this one. I don't really know much what else I can say here. And I think it should be, they are the favorite by 3.5, so under 3.5, which is not surprising. But the last game, my Lions versus the Packers, I would have much rather played the Packers week 1, but the Packers just came off a blowout loss. So they're going to be pissed, and they're going to beat us. I don't know if it's going to be close or not because I don't really know how to judge the Packers based off of their week 1. They look atrocious, but it could just be like a one-off. But the bottom line is I think the Packers will win, especially because Jeff Okudah's out, and our defense is trash. I think our offense is pretty good, but our defense is not going to stop Aaron Rodgers, who already has a great record against us. I have the Packers.
I'm gonna also go with the Packers here. They should be able to easily win this game, honestly. I don't see how they lose this game. I mean, just keeping it simple, the Lions are going to be so bad this season. Packers coming off that terrible loss to New Orleans. I don't see how they go 0-2 to start out the season.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Suhas. I just don't think this Packers team is going to start out 0-2. I'm going to have to take Green Bay. And at home, I feel like you don't want to mess with Aaron Rodgers after he loses a game and when he gets blown out and just embarrassed, especially since the Lions can't guard anything. And unfortunately, Jeff Okudah suffered an Achilles injury. I expect Rodgers to have a big game. I expect Aaron Jones to have a big game. And it's gonna be. I feel like if the Lions play like they did last week and make some sort of a comeback, it'd be a good Monday night game. But just you can't play against pissed off Aaron Rodgers. He's just gonna launch the ball. He's going to play a terrific game. I feel on Monday, and Packers are gonna end up winning. My opinion, but I expect a fight from the Lions. I actually like this Lions team to us. I'm not gonna lie, that offense.
I like the team too.
The team is really nice in my opinion, and they have a lot of fight. They're similar to that Panthers team last year. A lot of young pieces, and they just fight hard. I really like Dan Campbell and his attitude, and I think it's way better than what Matt Patricia brought, though.
Thanks. I will say, whoever the defensive end of the Packers is going to have a tough time against Panay Sewell.
Oh, yeah, Zadarius Smith. If he goes to the other side, he might stand a chance.
Maybe. Yeah.
Panay Sewell is really good, though. I really like Panay Sewell.
He's really good. That's why I said when Taylor Decker comes back, you got to put him to the right because he's more experienced. He can probably handle that position better.
We'll see.
But yeah, that is going to be all the games. So we have noted down the predictions. Hopefully, we'll see, who comes out on top this week. And hopefully we have a nice slate of games. And thank you guys for listening to the episode. We'll see you guys later as always. Peace.